He took my job away from me then.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
He usurped me as he went.
Well, do you know what? You probably helped because before we went to the break, you mentioned that recording. I'm not sure that without that, I would have remembered. So you're still doing your job there, Amanda. The moral support. I feel it. I feel it.
Well, I was sort of preempting the Care Bear energy here.
I agree. Yes. Do you know one of these things? Um, Nick is one of these people, and again, Liz hears about this endlessly. Um, Nick is one of these people that kind of assumes I've got it. Like he's just, but you've always got it. Like you're always on it. So he wouldn't think to remind me because he'd like, if I didn't, he would assume, oh, she's decided not to. Like he wouldn't think to go, Jesse, were you going to record this? Do you know what I mean? Like he wouldn't think. And the other morning, um, I had a session with Liz, and um, it was that literally it was I was supposed to see Liz at 10 and it was 25 past 9 and my little one was asleep, and normally she wakes up quite early, so I think I've got enough time, but I would set an alarm in case, like I'm just like that. And at 9:25 I literally called down, like, Nick, you down there? And he's like, yeah, yeah, like been up for ages. And I was like, were you like not gonna wake me up or anything? He's like, oh, just assume you had it under control, just don't ever assume that I've got it under control. And that's why I like Amanda. She doesn't assume that I've got it under control. And it's not like Jessica's incompetent, but it's like I'm just not going to risk that she hasn't thought about it. I'm just going to say it. So thank you, Amanda. Your presence is appreciated. Your energy is appreciated. I need you. Right, let's do the Care Bear stare. So the whole purpose of the Care Bear stare is not only is it immediate, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's like a lovely way for you to sort of feel in your own body, but it is the absolute shortcut for like Zoom session. Somebody comes, like literally, I let somebody into my Zoom session, never met them before, and it's immediate, like Care Bear stare, build rapport. It's the shortcut to creating a safe space, holding space, having an energy that makes people feel relaxed immediately. How it works, well, perhaps you can, you tell me. Next to each other, I can understand because we're a field. I mean, like we're an energy field. So if I'm feeling positive thoughts towards you, then I can understand that you would feel that. If you're looking at me, I can understand that you would think, oh, she's, her body language and her vibe is calm and nice. But online, really interesting uh, step up. So the Care Bear stare is essentially me putting my body into a state of unconditional love. So it's a little bit like I put my body into feeling what unconditional feels like when I'm giving it to somebody that I actually have unconditional love for. And then all I do to make it a Care Bear stare is I just have the intention that you feel it. And just like the Care Bears, who remembers? You've got to remember the Care Bears. Like most of you here remember the Care Bears. The Care Bears would have this picture on their tummy, and then when they was like Care Bears stare, and they would send that feeling to wherever whoever needed it or wherever they needed it to go. We're just going to do that with this feeling of unconditional love. Lots of, the corporates would call it unconditional positive regard. So Virgin used to have a sort of thing with their customer services, like Virgin Media and people like that would say, always have unconditional positive regard for the customer. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they've been through. Like, you don't know why they might be so upset. So just assume positive things about them and just try to be really caring and compassionate. And that's what they called it, but I would call it unconditional love. Yeah. And it's the most powerful. If there was a superpower, that would be it, like a human superpower to make people feel immediately safe and loved. So your strategy will be your strategy, but my strategy is just to feel it in my body. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Some people, to get that feeling in you first, you could imagine like that, that feeling on holiday where you sort of get there and you get like on the, like next to the pool or something, and that big sigh and the sun is shining. And it's just like that, or warm bath feeling, or that hot tub feeling of just everything just melts away. and it's sun, and it's just like, oh, it's a beautiful feeling. Everyone felt that or something similar? So if you can get there first, go to that space where it's just, oh, just imagine that wonderful feeling, being on that holiday that you booked before, just the relaxation. Sun is shining, nothing to do, nowhere to be, just bliss. And now we can play with that a little bit. So I want you to imagine that you're perhaps looking at the most awe-inspiring view. So whether it's mountain, valleys, sea, ocean, rivers, whatever it might be, but just, wow, perfection. Or a painting or something that's just takes your breath away. Just, oh, wow. Just awe and wonder. And breathe that feeling in. If it helps you to give yourself a word that kind of describes it, it could be the place that you've been. So it could be, if it's a view or a paint or the name of the painting, but just whatever the word is that helps you get to that wow. Okay. And we can play with a little bit more now. So either you can stay in that state of kind of relaxed wonder, or think of a time that you've felt absolute unconditional love for someone or something, whether it was a puppy or a kitten or a person or whatever. But just like, wow, I I just love you. I love everything about you. There's nothing that you could do that would take that away. You're just perfect. Just oh, wow. And fill your body with that beautiful feeling. And again, if you need a different word or the same word, but say that word in your head, notice how you breathe when you feel that feeling. Whether you'd call it bliss or unconditional love or awe or wonder. And now all I want you to do from here is to fill your body with that feeling with every breath. So with every breath, feeling more and more awe and wonder or love until you feel like it's almost overflowing. So every time you breathe in, there's more. And every time you breathe out, you kind of send a little bit of that feeling into the room around you. Breathing in a little bit more, and then breathing it out into the room around you. And notice how infinite it is, that the more you breathe in and out, the more of that unconditional love, that wonderful feeling you create. And the more of the room you can fill. And then just have the intention, not just to fill the room that you're in, but for this wonderful feeling, whether you see it as like a cloud or as a light or a particular color, but I just want you to think about people who you love and imagine wherever they are in the world that this feeling is reaching them and enveloping them. And whatever the words are that you would say, so I love you, you're wonderful, whatever the words are, imagine they're hearing those words, that your energy is wrapping them up and hugging them. And remove any kind of tension around it. Just have the intention for them to have that feeling. You don't need to push it or force it. Just allow them to have it. Invite them to feel it. Now think of someone that you've not spoken to for quite a while, but a really good friend that perhaps you haven't spoken to for a while. Just imagine something they might be doing on a Saturday afternoon, and wherever they are, whatever they're doing, just have the intention for them to be suddenly just filled with a feeling of love and being loved. And wherever they are, they can safely feel cuddled and loved and held and safe and warm. And notice how good it feels that you could hold them in that space and it would feel good for you as it would for them. No tension, no pressure, no force, just like sinking into a warm bath. Nowhere to be, nothing to do, just feeling wonderful. That's it. Now you can leave your friend and your loved ones feeling that wonderful feeling and just come back to the room, staying in that lovely state. Open your eyes. Okay. So did that feel nice for everybody? Yeah. Sometimes it takes some people a little bit longer to find it, to feel it. That's okay. But when you feel it, does it feel nice? The important thing to remember about that is that this is the only love that you can feel because when somebody loves you, what you feel is the interpretation of being loved, which is your feeling of being loved. When you love someone else, that's when you get to feel love. And that's kind of the best feeling. Yeah. So when someone loves you, it might make you feel good about yourself, or it might make you feel safe, or it might make you feel like, it's so nice and snuggly. This feeling is the gift that keeps on giving. So if you want to feel more of that, then you have to feel more of this. And the more people that you love, the more people that you give it to, the more love you get to feel. So it's kind of a nice thing. So now what we're going to do is, first of all, just imagine that if you were in this state, if you took 2 minutes before a coaching session or a meeting or wherever it was, just to get into this, like, I feel good. Let's have a conversation. You would feel maybe you wouldn't be kind of like, Mr. Motivator, just about to jump on stage and do an aerobics class. That's fine. You might need to choose a different state for that. But for a deep, meaningful conversation, for a positive interaction, be pretty good. So what we're going to do now is have a tangible experience of somebody feeling it. Yeah. So rather than just assuming that if I'm in this state and I'm talking to somebody that they'll definitely feel it, I want you guys to practice and feel what it feels like when you actually feel it. So when somebody actually sends it to you. So I'll do a quick demo. Who would like to feel unconditional love from me, let's say as a demo? Creeper, you've joined. So you've come out of hiding for
Yeah,
this. So
just for some love.
so
Yeah.
let's practice with you and I'll just demonstrate it. So all I want you to do is you're going to close your eyes. So nothing that I'm going to do with my body language is going to be interpreted as, oh, she's being nice to me. We're just going to let you relax. And when you feel something, you're going to just raise your hand to kind of say, yeah, I think I'm getting something. Yeah. And then at some point we'll ask you what you're experiencing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to send it straight away. Right. So I'm going to feel it selfishly. I'm going to feel it for myself. And then at some point I'm going to send it. Okay. And that way we'll know whether Creeper's kind of imagining it, because she'll put her hand up before I do, in which case that's fine. She still felt it. But what I'm looking for is she really felt it. She felt something I did in the field of energy. Yeah. And this is what's so bizarre about it. Yeah. I liken it to like when you walk into a room and you can kind of tell there's been an argument, or like, you know what I mean? Like something, or there's somebody's been in here. Like somebody's been in here. I mean, it's obvious when children have been in my office, but I just mean if somebody subtle has been in, you can just feel something. How it works over the internet, I don't know, but it still does. All right, so Creep, if you close your eyes,
Mhm.
all right, and then at some point I'm going to send, and I'm going to tell you guys when I'm sending by just raising my hand, okay? So as far as we know, she's not going to cheat and look at me.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
All right, thanks, Creeper.
Mm.
You can stay
Sorry, I think I just leant further back.
there. So, what was your experience then? So, talk us through.
Mm, I don't know whether I was thinking about it too much. Um, I think maybe I felt more tingling around my chest. I felt like I could maybe exhale a little bit more. But I think towards the end, I felt like someone was just putting their hands on my shoulders and I just kind of like leant back because I think before that I was really upright. But yeah, maybe.
And when you put your hand up, what was there anything specific when you put your hand up that you felt?
Just a bit buzzy, a bit like, yeah, different. Yeah,
Good.
almost a bit tingly around my chest.
Good. Now, one of the ways when we do this face to face, one of the ways that you can tell something's happening is that you get this kind of like almost like a blurriness that happens. Like
Mm,
it's it's a little bit like when you're falling asleep in front of the telly or something, you know, and it's just the sound goes a bit funny and you feel a bit altered and a bit half asleep. The if you put people onto the what are they called? ECG was it's not the heart one, it's the brain one. Is it ECG? Yeah, EKG is heart, isn't it? If you put in the ECG and you watch the brain waves and you watch two people doing this, their brain waves sync up when they're in rapport.
mm,
And that's really cool. So it's actually like a hypnotic state, more of a, more of a hypnotic state, which is why you feel sort of like woozy when this happens. And it's so nice. But it's normally happening when we're talking, so you don't notice it. But when you're not talking, you just feel how it feels. It's so, so lovely. So I want you to have the experience of how it feels. And the reason that because again, all of this could be placebo. So we're going to do something in a minute to sort of iron that out so that it's not placebo. Although I think, the placebo's far highly underrated, right? If you want to get an effect on someone, there's nothing wrong with the placebo. But in this instance, is that you want part of it is practicing letting somebody send this to you. So if you're quite guarded with your energy, then you might be a little bit more kind of, I'm used to not feeling people's energies because you maybe work with negative people or something. But it'd be nice to control when you do let it in and when you send to someone. And how do you get past barriers when they're a little bit, I don't want your energy. Like, how do you soften that and respect it and feel into it? So this is really just for some fun. But what we're going to do now is, because it's not verbal, we don't need to go into breakout rooms. I just need to pair you up, and then you can do all of this with hand raising, and we can stay in the same room. So, if you, Liz, could you pick a partner? Who would you like to send? Let's say send to first.
So I've been with Rosina all day, so I'll stick with Rosina.
Perfect. So Liz going to send to Rosina. Um, Nikki, who would you like to send to? Oh, you've gone on mute again.
Sorry, I was saying Eileen.
Eileen, perfect. And Amin's not here. So that leaves Amanda, who would you like to send to?
I'll work with Leah.
Yeah. So Eileen, you're gonna or Creeper, you send to Eileen. Yeah, does that make sense? I'll just send to everybody.
I think you missed Nick.
Selfishly, I'll just feel it. Um, Lovely. All right. So no need to say anything. You know who you're sending to. Person receiving, close your eyes and then just raise your hand when you feel something. Obviously, keep it raised, right? Because otherwise the person who's sending might close their eyes and they won't notice that you felt something if you lower your hand. So once you start feeling it, keep your hand raised. And that way, if you're sending, you can close your eyes. Make sure you put yourself in the feeling first, otherwise you have nothing to send. So you feel it first. have the intention for your partner to feel it. You can look at them if you want to, or you can close your eyes, doesn't really matter, as long as you have the intention for them to feel it. Everybody ready? All right. Care Bears, stare. All right, so it's very gentle. Who is sending to Leah? Good. Good. And Krupa, you were sending to Eileen, is that right? Yeah. Nikki, who were you sending to? Oh, hang on, you're on mute. Hang on.
Sorry, I thought I was meant to be sent into Eileen, but then we were in a three, so then I started to think,
Oh, that just makes somebody get twice as much.
so halfway through I started going, oh, I'm doing this wrong.
She's got double.
So I had the same thought as Nikki because I was like, am I receiving from Nikki and then I was like, well, I could feel um so I can feel energy quite a lot anyway. So I could actually feel, I don't know whose energy first or second, but there were nuances to it.
Cool.
And then I knew Krupia was sending it to me, but then I wasn't sure if I was meant to send it to Nikki. So
sorry.
Then I was like, okay, I'll just send to Nikki.
So I just kept that circuit going.
It went all like Yeah, so it was for me personally, it was quite nuanced, and then I could feel, because I've felt Jess's energy before. I could also feel when Jess sends, because she sends very big. Um, so it's she sends like a container. Take what you will. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Wow.
Creepier's is very soft and tentative at first. She was, no offense, you felt a bit unsure of yourself. And then I realized that I actually had to open myself up a bit more because I normally have a wall. So anyway, sorry, you're getting way too much detail. And then with Nikki, I totally could feel that you're used to giving energy to your kids. So it was this kind of thing. Then I could see that you hold a lot of space for people. Anyway, sorry. This is what
Wow.
was going through my head because I got very confused. Then I was like, I'm just going to bask in this. I think.
And of all the people who'd like to just confuse, Eileen's the one because then she can kind of just break it down. Oh, I see what's happened here. Like I see what's happened. I love that. Do you know what? That's great. Like literally being able to help people who, again, they have a wall, and you kind of know who those people are, right? Like like no, I don't tend to let people in, or oh, too many people want to get in, so I have to kind of pop a wall. Being able to train people gently and softly, like the fact that you can give them feedback, Eileen, is lovely because you could be able to say, "Ah, okay, I see what you're trying to do. See what you're trying to do." It's, try this. Ah, that's it. That's better. Like, that's great that you can get that level. I love this because either we're all jointly hallucinating, but in the loveliest way, or it's working. And it doesn't really matter, does it? Because it still feels nice. When you really know this in the sessions, so in coaching, let's say, when somebody's telling me something and it's difficult or they're struggling, to talk about something, this is the energy that I'll go into. And it's just holding that lovely space for them so they can talk. Similarly, if they're trying to find an event in timeline, so on day 7 and 6, sorry, when we're doing timeline and they're kind of going back into the past, all kind of by themselves and looking for something, you can feel whether somebody is with you or not. And you can often feel whether someone's paying attention. Because technically, you could just read the script and wait for them to do what they're told, and you don't need to pay much attention. But if you can actually physically, like, energetically hold them through that, there's been times when where they're waiting for the positive learnings to come, and in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, let me hold that space for you. Like, there they are. Come on, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Like, there you go. You've got them. And when they literally start talking, when you've just done a little countdown in your head of like, there they are. Come on, they're so close, and it's just amazing. So using it um, in your sessions with kids, anybody, the gift that keeps on giving is making sure you get to feel this feeling. It's the most healing state, I think, to be in. So let's swap over. So who hasn't sent yet? Regardless of what happened last time, who hasn't officially sent? Okay. So Rosina, you're going to send to Liz, like you're going to reciprocate. Um, Leah, who was supposed to be sending to you? Was it Amanda? Yeah. So you're going to send to Amanda, and then Nikki, Krupa, and Eileen. Somebody send to me, maybe. Who's not? Krupa, you sent to Eileen. Nikki, have you received? Okay. So, well, Eileen, you sent to Nikki then. Yeah.
I
And
think
Krupa,
I feel like she did right at the end because I started to feel something, but I don't know if that was or not.
I
But
think because Eileen said she started to send it, didn't she? I think whichever way round, have you receive, because it's your turn. Eileen, if you can send to Nikki, and Krupa, would you like to receive or send to me?
I don't mind.
Can I receive?
Yeah, of course you can.
It'd be nice. Everybody know what they're doing. Okay. All right. So in your own times, Care Bears stare. Okay, how are we doing? Obviously, Rosina and Elizabeth had a good result there. Amanda, did you?
I'm not sure that I didn't have the energy in the first session actually, because I felt that really powerful. And so I'm not sure, even though I was sending to Leah, I'm not sure if we didn't meet part way because it was really strong there.
Oh wow, okay. Leah, how did you find that? Oh, you're on mute, sorry.
I felt a calm feeling It was quite pleasant and calm, and it was very light. Um, that's what I
Cool.
that's what I felt.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. And then, Nikki, how did you get on that time around?
Yeah. It's not something I've experienced before, but I felt like you did it instantly. I don't know if you did. I felt it like more or less the minute I closed my eyes, and I don't know if that was right too. And again, a sense of real calmness, but I could feel my breathing changed. It was actually, I don't know, it felt like I was being charged up. That makes I felt really calm, but I felt like my breathing was probably a bit quicker than it didn't match the calmness. It
Yeah.
was really strange, but nice.
That's one of the times that you can kind of, for me, has convinced me that this is a thing, is when the feeling definitely feels like it's not mine. Like suddenly you get this like, whoa, like where was that from? An out of nowhere feeling, rather than you feel like I can tangibly see why I'm now feeling this way. It's like, whoa, a rush or like a, yeah, amazing. Um, and everybody's when obviously Eileen is very attuned to this, but everybody's sort of different. And yeah, sometimes it's immediate, other times it's like a build up, but yeah. Uh, but practicing it is really important. So I encourage you to practice it all the way through the course. What we're going to do now is to take some of the placebo out of it, okay? And we're going to do a kind of team exercise where, as a team, we're going to choose somebody from the other team, and we're all going to send to one person, but they're not going to know who it is. Yeah. And so we're going to see who receives it. Okay. Um, Now I'm slightly confused who was in what group. So I
Yes.
yes.
Can I just ask a question? When
Sure.
you're sending it, I'm often thinking of words. Like when I was doing it with you, it was almost like I was thinking of the things that I want to send you. And when you
Yeah.
put your hand up, I literally, because I felt like I had it, but I couldn't send it. So I put my palms out like this underneath. And I think that's when you
Ah.
maybe felt it. But is it okay to kind of not say the affirmation, but kind of in my mind say what I want you to feel?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's whatever helps you get into the state and have the intention for the other person to feel it is what matters. And depending on what I feel when I'm in a client session, what I feel like the other person needs to hear, I will
Yeah.
often say that to myself, either
Okay, good.
because they would hear it or because it would change the energy that's going. That's how I
Mhm.
would, so I would, yeah, say nice things, you
Yeah.
know, and sometimes just imagining like if I was, don't want to make myself cry, but if I was their mum
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly
and they
that.
were a newborn baby, what I would say,
Yeah.
because just in case they never heard that, like that's what I
Yeah.
would say. So that's whatever you want, really. Yeah, there's no rules, no NLP, please, no Care Bear,
Okay.
please. All right, so I'm going to put half of all the partners in a group, and then I'll just get you to go into a breakout room while we decide who we're going to send to. So just make a quick note of everybody's name. So just so that we know who we're talking about. Um, and then uh, so I'll put so Rosina's in one group, Elizabeth in another group. Uh, Leah and Amanda, is that right? I don't know why this is so
Yeah.
hard for me to remember who was sending to who.
Yeah.
Yeah, different. It doesn't matter. Obviously, as long as we're in two groups, it doesn't matter. Um, and Eileen, and then that leaves Liz, Krupa, Leah, and Nikki. Uh, I'll put one more in there because obviously I'm going to stay in this room. So, for argument's sake, let's put Nikki in there. All right. So, Rosina, Amanda, Eileen, I'm just going to open a room. If you could go into it, I will then close it. So, everybody, right. So, everybody know who Rosina is? Hello, Rosina. Yeah. Everybody know who Amanda is? Yeah. Everyone who Eileen is? Yeah. Everyone who Nikki is. All right. So, when we're deciding And then you're going to come back. So we're going to do it here. We're not going to do it in the other room. But we'll do it here. All right. All right. I'll bring you back in a second. So Creeper, sorry, Amanda, Eileen, Nikki, Rosina, you disappear for a minute. They all gone? Yeah, they've all gone. Yeah. All right. So who are we going to send to? So we've got Amanda, Eileen, Nikki, or Rosina. Who should we send to? Who would you like to send to? I don't feel like anybody's like got walls up or anything. So I think all of them are kind of fair game. Like we can, any of them would be fine. But
I wonder if maybe Nikki, because she said she'd never done anything like that before.
yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. So yeah, because I think it'd be nice for her to, yeah. What you often find in somebody who's a bit more tentative is that they'll be telling themselves they wouldn't send it to me. I don't think I'm not sure if I'm getting anything. And their inner dialogue gets in the way. And then when you compare notes, they're like, oh no, I did feel something, right? So it might take her a really long time to put her hand up. But when we compare notes at the end, she will have felt it. She just will have talked herself out of it, most likely. Yeah. Whereas Eileen would feel it and she'd be like, oh, I know that. Oh, Eileen, that, that's a nice flavour. And she'd like, I felt Leah was over here and Jess was over here. But Nikki, yeah, we'll see what she picks up. So regardless, just keep sending, and she will get it. Yeah. All right. Brilliant. So yeah, so Nikki, okay. Right, close the rooms. This is fun. You have to do anything on a Saturday afternoon. I think this is quite up there, isn't it? As for the fun things. Trying to explain to people what you were doing. Well, it's sort of it's tricky to explain. Are they going to come back? Oh, they're going to wait for the rooms to close. That's fine. All right. So welcome back. So if you've just come back into the room, just close your eyes. And if you think it's you that's receiving, then just put your hand up and or say, I think it's me. If it's not you, I'll just say it's not you. And we'll keep going. Okay. So it's not, it doesn't matter. But if you genuinely feel like I think it's me, say that because it might be right. If it's not, I'll just say no, and then we'll go again. All right. So when we're ready, Care Bears, stare. How are we doing? Okay, so my receiving group, Amanda, Eileen, Nikki, Rosina. Eileen, do you know who's supposed to be receiving? Can you feel it? Oh, you're on mute, sorry, darling.
Um, I got a huge wave of energy, but I actually thought it was Rosina.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't Rosina. What did you feel, Rosina? You're on mute.
I didn't think it was me because usually when
Mm.
energy is directed at me, I feel like it pierces me in some way.
Oh, okay.
And whereas this actually, well, pierce, that sounds like it's aggressive, but it's more like
Yeah,
somebody tapping to,
you
get
can
in.
definitely, yes.
Whereas
Cool.
this time I just felt more of a shimmer around my aura, which to
Mm,
me was something else was happening
amazing.
somewhere else there.
Okay.
So
Amanda, what were you feeling?
No, I found my breathing got a little bit erratic at one point, and then my mind started going all over the place. So I thought, I'm not in a receptive state at this moment.
Interesting. And Nikki, what were you feeling? You're also on mute, by the way. Oh no, we disappeared her. That wasn't supposed to happen.
how powerful this is.
So you've got to have good broadband, you see, otherwise, yeah, this can happen. Yeah, the Care Bear can't get through. Nikki, what were you? You're on mute, darling.
Sorry, I lost the last. It took me out, and I'm back in, so I've just missed the last few minutes.
Oh, that's so.
Sorry.
We were just asking what we went through. Amanda, Eileen, Rosina, what they felt. What did you feel through that process?
I didn't feel that much. I don't know if I've conflicted. I didn't feel much different to myself normally, so I don't know what that meant.
Right. Okay. So you didn't feel anything? Okay. Well, as far as I'm aware, we
Nothing to, like when I was giving last time. Oh,
say
sorry.
again. What's that?
I was saying it felt more like when I was giving that feeling that actually I just felt relaxed. So I associate
No.
that was just my feeling rather than the change
Right.
that I felt with Eileen breathing and things. Sorry.
No. You don't have to apologize. The whole point is that if when you feel it, it's undeniable and you feel it, and if you're not feeling it, then that's fine. So we recalibrate and we go again. But we were sending to you. So.
Oh no. Sorry, everybody.
Oh dear. But that's really funny because even then, you see, even what can happen when it goes on for a long time is that natural thing of kind of go, is it me? Is it me? And then because the longer it goes on, somebody said, oh, I hope it's not me and I've got it wrong. Is it me? And then you'll start getting people kind of going, is it me? And the fact that we didn't get that, I thought was really interesting, right? That we didn't, because it was kind of, it's almost like, I know it's not me. I can feel it's not me. So in that sense, it's still a result. Let's skip the other way. So we'll go into, I'll put you back in the other room again. You decide who you're going to send it to out.
We already have.
We've chosen.
You are so organized. How organized are you? I love that. Wow.
Jess, I'm gonna have to drop off now. I'm really sorry. So I hope it wasn't me that you were giving it to.
Oh, was it?
No.
No.
Good.
Okay,
Phew.
good. All right. Thank you guys. And Jess, I'll see
See
you
you
next time.
tomorrow.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Great. Okay, well, if you've already decided then, so we'll just receive and we'll see. Okay. All right, so it's Amanda. So it's going to be either uh me, Leah, or Liz. Is that right? One of the three of us. Okay. Just be clear. Okay. Okay, let's see where we've got to. Obviously, my brain is going, it's not me, because you wouldn't send it to me. But I did feel completely, right? I felt like literally being pushed down on the floor, like forced to rest. It was like literally I couldn't like 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 when you just can't get out of bed, that feeling of like really being heavy. I felt like that. So I was kind of like, oh, maybe they are sending, but yeah, my brain was saying it's not me. So not me, no.
Oh, no, that's obviously your subconscious telling you that you need to go
Just give me a little space where the adrenaline's not pumping, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it. Well, that okay.
I
What
didn't think it was me.
did,
Um,
did you not feel anything?
well, I do get like it feels like a pressure around my forehead area, but I get that whether I am going into that space anyway, and I
Mm,
didn't really get anything extra.
cool. Okay.
And I think I kind of felt Rosina before, but I didn't know that I felt her this time.
Interesting. Okay. Leah, what did you feel? Just come off mute first. Oh, you're on mute, babes.
I don't know if it's me, but at one point I felt a beam of light. And it felt just light. At one point I was feeling some pressure around the collarbone area, and then it just relaxed a bit. Um, and it felt lighter. I don't know.
Oh. So who was it then? Oh, you're on mute. Who was it?
It was Liz.
Was it?
And it's quite
No.
it is quite interesting. I think because we're all tuned in, it's sort of going off everywhere.
It's
And I
fascinating, isn't
I
it?
think why everybody's absorbing it because we're so in tune as a unit.
But you know what? Because normally when we do this, no matter who, like we've done it on the master prac, not all master pracs, but we do most master prac, and every single time, like we get a great result. And I'm just like floored that like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, this is so weird. But yeah, so yeah, more often than not, I'm kind of like, how does it work online? But it does. And this time around, it's interesting. Like you say, we're all tuned in, but yeah, why is it not working? So I'm floored. I don't know. Um, one explanation that I like, the empowering explanation, is that we're just so tuned in. We're just all feeling it to begin with. There's not much calibration between where I am at the moment and being sent more, but you can always feel it when it's somebody, when you really do feel it, it's like, no, that's not me. Like that is like someone was saying it, like Rosina, you said it feels like it's sort of there, but it's not sort of penetrating my aura, it's just around. I can tell something's going on. Yeah. Either way, either way.
Anyway, I appreciate it.
Yes, oh nice. That's nice. Well, as in always check in with like because obviously our choice of person is always interesting as well, like why we choose a particular person. And it might be because we want them to feel it. And then the other side of that is why do we want them to feel it? Do we feel like they don't normally feel that? Like have we chosen a particularly, a particular person that we want to send more to? Like, why do we choose the people that we choose? I think we chose you, Nikki, because you hadn't had the experience. So we chose you, in a sense, we chose someone who had difficulty experiencing it. So we wanted to send you more. So I think it's an interesting exercise. The most important thing is how do you feel having spent like an hour doing this? Nikki, you're probably ready for bed. How do
I
you
think
feel?
I think something that was quite interesting was the fact that Liz had this pressure around her head. And
Mm,
I wonder if we did a collective, for instance, just something I've never tried, but I just thought of it. The fact that Liz has an issue, says I've got this pressure around my head. And if we all did a Care Bear where we lifted that pressure for her, I wonder if that would actually remove it.
Is the pressure a bad thing, Liz? Because I didn't read it as a bad or a good thing. I just thought you just mentioned it. Is it an uncomfortable thing or the pressure?
No, it's something I get just when I meditate or
Like the third eye kind of
yeah,
around that.
that
Yeah.
kind of thing. And when I was doing the energy exchange with Rosina, it was kind of tingling around.
Mm.
It was pressure there as well, but also I was getting tingling around here.
Mm.
And at one point there was kind of like this whoosh, and I was like, "Ooh, that's quite a lot. I'm not sure if I can handle all that."
She's a lot. Her energy was like,
And then this time it was,
your love is.
yeah, it wasn't kind of that. It didn't feel that intense. So, and I would have thought if four people are doing it, it would have felt more.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's it. Because like Rosina's, like Eileen says, when I send, obviously I don't know what it's like to receive my energy, but when Eileen says mine is big, that's what I feel for Rosina. It's like just like big hug, like huge, like love.
Jess, yours is like a big wave that you kind of get engulfed in. It's really whoa.
Right, got ya. Yes, because that's when I send it. I'm always kind of like send a lot, why send a little when you can send a lot, kind of thing. Okay, so either way, technically this isn't necessarily part of NLP, so it doesn't like this has to work, but I think it's just when you feel it in person, oh, it's phenomenal. When you can be in that space, especially when you're working with someone and you're in your head, worried about am I going to ask the right questions? Am I going to understand? Am I going to use the technique right? And you can get really busy up there thinking about what to do. And actually, you just holding that space for somebody can be enough. When you've got rapport with a client, like you can be the best. I've seen Tony Robbins, who arguably is like an amazing coach. Right? He was in my dream last night, but I don't know why. I just thought, but you could argue he's like one of the most experienced transformational coaches, right? And yet I've seen him try to do something where he has no rapport, and he's just tried to bulldoze it with technique, and he has no rapport, and this person ain't changing for shit. Like, there's just no way. They're not going to do it. And no amount of skill in the technique, asking the right questions, is going to get somebody to change if they don't want to. And if they have no rapport with you, it's just not going to happen. The opposite's going to happen. But when you have rapport, you can have no technique. You can have nothing but intention. You can have literally the wrong words in the wrong order with no skill, but enough rapport and the intention for somebody to get a shift, and you can blow on them and they'll get a shift. So that's not to undermine NLP or any of our modalities. What it's designed to just let you know how important rapport is. Because yes, if you've got rapport and you've got a lot of skill, you'll be really fast and really effective. But if you're all rapport and not very much skill, you'll be way more effective than someone with a lot of skill and no rapport. So focus on the rapport first. That love for that unconditional love for somebody, just having that compassion, that space is everything, right? It's just some people have never felt before. Obviously, we're sending it silently and, through the airwaves and everything. When you're actually talking to somebody and it's coming out in your facial expression, it's coming out in your tone, it's coming out in your whole body language and your smile and your everything, it's a lot easier to receive it because you're actually demonstrating it. So it is always the state that I would recommend being in, like literally before that, before you open that Zoom meeting or open that door to go in somewhere or somebody comes to see you, just be in that lovely state. If Ammon was here, if he's watching the recording back, this is the state you want to be in 2 minutes in the car before you go in the front door. So you can be all love and, love and light when you go in. All right. Any questions on this for now? Because obviously we can use it throughout the course. Any questions?
Can I say something about just how I saw Liz's,
Oh yeah.
change Liz's perspective on something. Is that I couldn't actually send it directly to Liz. I sent it around her, and it was there for her. She started pulling it into her I saw it as like a pink mist around you. And then, because I was trying to send it to you, and then it felt a bit brute forcey. And then I was like, oh, maybe that's me trying to make you feel rather than, like, so there was more my judgment on my perfectionism type of thing. And then when I stepped back from that, I saw it more as a pink mist. It was very pretty, like a luminescence. And then I could see you kind of pulling it in, like to your heart center, that kind of area. So it might have been that you wanted it very subtle. I'm just throwing it out there.
Wow.
No, that's really interesting because afterwards, when I found out it was me and kind of we were talking about it, I did kind of wonder how open I was to it. That kind of did make me think, was I open to receiving?
Amazing. Okay. So, I mean, that in itself is useful, isn't it? Because I'm all doors open. Like, you send me wherever you want. I'll take it. I'll take it. If it's love, I want it. Says the anxious attached. And I will protest if I don't get it. So that is interesting, isn't it, when it comes to love and yeah. Good. All right. I think all of this just tells us stuff about ourselves, doesn't it? Like me saying, oh, it wouldn't be me. They wouldn't choose me. Like getting in my head about it. And yeah, instead of just feeling it. Okay, good. So what I want to do, so tomorrow we'll finish up a few bits more on rep systems and predicates and just a little bit more about how we kind of represent the world in our heads. Then we're going to get on to kind of deletion, distortion, generalization, how we're processing our world, how we add meanings to things, which leads us into limiting beliefs and setting outcomes and finding those limiting beliefs in the way. So big day, big day. We've got a very sort of more energy day today, and tomorrow might be a little bit more cerebral, a little bit more discussion-y. What I would love tonight is if you haven't already sent me either your human design, or if you don't know your human design, could you send me your birth date, birth location, so where in the world you were born, and if you know the time or the rough idea of time, that would be great. If I ask you for your first pet's name, then obviously be very, cautious about why I'm asking, but I'm just asking for those details. I shall delete them. I'm just going to put them in my human design app because I think it's really helpful to add some human design in as we go through. It's not about human design. I think it's just a really nice addition.
Yes, do you just want the like generator?
If you already have it,
do you want the whole shebang?
usually I would say body graph so that you can see the centers open and the channels is always really interesting. Type, so manifestor, projector, that kind of thing, and your profile, so 3 5 5 1, the numbers, and if you know what your incarnation cross is, then send me that. If it's just easier, just send me the details and I'll put it in my app and have a look for myself. But if you don't want to share those, it's not mandatory. It's just if you'd like me to incorporate that as part of the 7 days, I'm very happy to, because it can be really useful.
I know nothing about human design. Rosina gave me some info when we were chatting about
Cool.
it. Is there anywhere that you recommend? I'd love to do a bit of reading about it before tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. If you look at like humandesign.info, or I mean, Rosina, where would you go for your swatting up?
I would probably go to mybodygraph.com because
Right,
that's the
yes.
most comprehensive. And that will give you there's quite a lot of information on that you get for free.
Yeah, you want
Quite
to
a lot of
definitely get
them.
it for free, like
Yeah.
at this stage, like yeah. And ChatGPT obviously won't be able to give you your graph, but if you said what is human design, give me the rundown kind of thing, it would be able to explain it in a nutshell.
And if you don't know your time, then I do have an app that can look on the day at how things changed through the day so that you can then work out by process of elimination which you would actually be.
That's really helpful. Yeah, that's what I changed to using that app, because being able to, when people kind of, I don't really know, and you just process of elimination, find out.
Yeah.
I've even gone back to people and kind of going, I think your mum's wrong. I think your mum is wrong on the time, because that isn't the case. Like, that's not you. And because if you've got more than one sibling, I know like what parents are like, like it's very plausible that they gave you the wrong, they switched birth times. So I would, plus it's whatever's helpful. It's not like, oh, we're going to label you as this now. It's if that is helpful, a bit like MBTI, right? Like, sort of if knowing your Myers-Briggs type or your insights is helpful to you, great. If you find it uninteresting, it doesn't matter. If it's useful, that's great.
And which app do you use?
I'll post a picture of it it might be the same one as Rosine's actually, but I'll post a picture of it in direct to your probably won't put it. I'll sod it. Oh yeah, put it in the practitioner group. Yeah, and then get everyone playing.
Would you like mine again, Jess?
That's it. Yeah, because you're just a generator. That's what you said.
I am just a generator, but I am a 5-1 though.
You are a 5-1. You are.
The most friendliest people on the planet are 5s.
Warm hug people.
Mm.
Warm hug people, yeah.
With most people.
The only ones that ever get anything done as well.
That's the one. That's the having to research everything.
Brilliant.
Go to the end.
So there you go. We got the resident expert go-to person, which I'm very glad about. Rosina, are you coming in tomorrow?
Yeah.
Fabulous. Okay, good. Leah,
I'm a 1-3.
You're a 1-3. Oh my goodness, the 3.
Oh, trial and error.
Trial and error, yeah. So yeah, so Liz, have a look. But if you send them to me, I can have a look, and then it's just, I don't know, it's just a really fun way of kind of looking at all these years, everything that you've felt about yourself. When someone says, oh, like with being manifested, for example, and you say, oh, those times where you just wanted to sleep all weekend and watch Netflix, and everybody said you were lazy, and that's, that you should get up and go do something. And you're like, yeah, I do remember all those years that I was told I was lazy. Well, actually, that's right for you. Oh, thanks. And this is how you can manage that energy better. Oh, thanks. That's great. Right. And so when you already feel something in your body and then somebody says, yeah, that's right, that you would feel that. That for me is the biggest reason to look at human design.
I think your incarnation cross is the thing for you, though.
Oh, yeah.
This is our queen.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't feel very comfortable, but I'm getting used to it. Yeah. All right, then. Well, we
are just your subjects.
Yes. Oh, gosh.
You are a benevolent queen, though, Jess.
A benevolent one, yeah. I'll do my best. Yeah. I will. We can talk about this all the time because I love it. So we can add it in, we can weave it in. All parts of yourself, like I said, all the interests and everything else, bring them in to one wonderful way of being. We don't have to segment everything. And tomorrow I will see you at 9:30. Is everybody all right with starting at 9:30? Anyone got any challenges with that? Or unless their kid was up at 4:30, Nikki. I wish you a peaceful sleep tonight. And see you tomorrow morning. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Everyone, bye.